25, Abby Griner. Number 12, Landry Powell. Number 3, Ellie Richler. Number 15, Bent Palmer. Lady Cats are coached by the Lance Godwin. And for your Grace Christian Academy Lady Cougars, number 2, Edie Gay. Number 3, Elijah Grace Colby.
Yeah, it was weird.
Number 4, Ava Martin. Number 5, Morgan Slade. And number 12, Kara Overman. The Lady Cougars are coached by Sarah Harrell.
All right, welcome to tonight's live stream. Tonight's contest between Westwood and Your Grace Christian Cougars. Tip-off just about to happen in the girls' varsity game. Taking a look at the records leading into this game, both teams are relatively equal in games against common opponents. The result has been the same. Both teams have 2 wins on the season, both looking for a way to begin building. I believe both schools are looking at this as a rebuild year. Looks like Cougars are going to get first possession. Westwood looks to be starting off in a 1-3-1 zone. Laney Gay making a move towards the baseline. Looks like she took a bump out of bounds. Going to be a foul call on Westwood. Or perhaps they just are the ones who knocked it out at the end there. We do have a foul call now under the basket, but it is on the floor. No shot. Deep 2 from Laney, no good. Going to be Westwood ball coming back the other direction. Lady Cougars starting off in a similar zone, able to generate a turnover. Quick pass into Morgan on the baseline, leads to a shot that is errant, goes out of bounds off of Westwood. Going to remain Cougar ball. Three-second call on Elijah Grace, going to be a turnover on our end. Lady Cougars coming out high to meet the ball, challenging the dribble. In a 1-3-1 zone, similar to what Westwood is running. Shot up for number 3 from Westwood, no good. Rebounded by Grace. Oh, a mishandle of the ball. It's going to be saved by a good deep pass. Oh, immediately followed by an errant pass of our own, giving the ball back. That's another turnover for the Lady Cougars. Westwood does look determined to feed that ball into the post against our 1-3-1 zone. Able to generate a foul and a trip to the free throw line. Referees seem to be trying to adjust something to do with the time clock, particularly the shot clock does not seem to be working appropriately. All right, we're going to allow for a referee's timeout here. Teams have been sent back to their coaches while they try to figure out the clock situation.
Oh, it might be the live stream.
All right, issue seems to be resolved. They now have it set to the appropriate amount of time. Free throws coming for number 13 of Westwood. She hits her first. Good on the second as well. Westwood now has the first points of the game, leading 2-0. They go immediately into a full court pressure. It does look to be a zone pressure. Cougars easily break it. Morgan able to score on our end. Easy two-pointer in the middle of the lane, bringing the score back to tied again. Cougars are content to stay in that 1-3-1, but they are bringing it out very high, trying to get a half-court kind of pressure situation going. They don't get the turnover, but they do get a jump ball. It will remain Westwood because of the tip-off. All right, play stopped, I believe, for another shot clock issue, but it has been resolved once again. Cougars trying to use the 1-3-1 zone to trap, effectively generating enough pressure to cause a double dribble from number 25 of Westwood, turning the ball over. Lady Cougars look to feed the ball up quickly against the pressure, lucky to get it down and into the hands of one of our own players. Shot no good, melee ensues, ball goes out on Westwood. It's going to be our ball. Timeout, Westwood. Your score is still tied at 2-2. Slow offensive start to the first part of this first quarter. Looks like Westwood has transitioned into a man-to-man defense. Also looking to take opportunities to trap. Quick double team in the corner there causes a jump ball, but this one will remain with the Cougars down on our end. Inbound pass tipped back out of bounds, still remaining with the Cougars. Going to get another shot at this inbound. Westwood is looking to be very physically aggressive in their man and successfully generate a loose ball situation. The arrow is pointing to Westwood, so they are going to take possession on this one, so that will count as a turnover for the Cougars. Physical defense down on this end as well. Still sticking with the zone, but playing it very aggressively. Westwood still looking to feed it into the post. Clearly intent on using their center to score most of their points tonight, as every single possession seems to be directed in her vicinity. They are now leading 4-2. A few more passes around the top, but I will not be surprised if it ends up back in the post. Yes. All right, Westwood slowly taking possession of this game, 6-2 now. Oh, and then immediately turns over and fouls. Pressure in the corner leads to a long pass down to a wide open Lainey Gay, but she traveled before firing up a shot. Going to count as a turnover. Quick ball movement by Westwood down on their end leads to a quick shot from a deep two. Pressure from Westwood on that one seemed a little bit disorganized, leading to a foul. Going to be Cougar ball still down at this end. Screen from Ruth gets Laney free, but the pass was overthrown. There was a miscommunication there with the intended recipient. Ball goes out of bounds, another turnover on Grace. In a game this low scoring, have to wonder if the turnovers are going to be the undoing of the Cougars if they can't learn to control their passes and handle this pressure from Westwood. Ball fed into the post for Westwood once again, leading to number 3 making a trip to the line. Chance to add to her scoring total as well as the team's. Grace might want to consider fronting the post position if that is their biggest threat. First free throw, no good. Second free throw is also no good. Fails to draw iron, so it will be a turnover. Cougars looking to work the ball up against pressure, using a lot of cross-court passes that looked a little bit dangerous, but were completely successful. Lainey Gay fouled on a baseline drive. Everything was on the floor, though, so they're going to have to inbound. Lainey Gay did not look like she was expecting to have to fight for that possession. And number 13 of Westwood is able to slip in underneath her and steal the pass while generating a foul from Laney in the same play. Once again, working the ball into the post to number 3 on behalf of Westwood, generating a shot, but that one no good. Lainey Gay is able to drive into contact and force up a layup, which will end her up on the free throw line, shooting 2. First free throw is no good. Second free throw doesn't fall as well. Westwood with the rebound, bringing it back down other way. Number 25 fires up a shot. It overshoots the mark. The air ball is rebounded, but ultimately tied up. It will be a possession Cougars. Pressure by Westwood easily defeated. Ball makes it down the floor for the Cougars, but the pressure continues. Westwood is swarming the ball, literally 5 people guarding the ball at one time, making it very difficult for the ball handler to get the ball to an open person. If they could get it out of that pressure, it would almost assuredly be an immediate 2 points. There's nobody left to guard anyone else. And we've now reached the 5-foul limit for the first quarter, so Ava Martin will be going to the line and shooting 2. First one is no good. Score has remained locked at 6-2 for quite some time now. Lady Cougars struggling to put any more points on the board. One more free throw coming. That one also clings off the back iron, no good. Westwood looking to move the ball up quickly, almost turns it over. They are able to recover. That ball went right through the hands of Ruth, almost getting a steal. Could have easily landed in Laney's hands after the deflection as well, but it didn't. Looks like number 00 got away with a little bit of a travel there before turning the ball over. Laney Gay not so lucky as she tries to dribble through a double team. She ends up losing her balance. Westwood still going with the post-first mentality, even with subs in the game. Number 5 and 00 playing a high-low game. Both of them have touched the ball on subsequent possessions. Foul under the basket, though, after the shot is going to lead to free throws once again from Grace. This time it's Ruth Yarborough on the line. First one misses. Second one still to come. 1 point is all it takes to cut the lead in half. There we go. A made free throw by Ruth. Score is now 6-3. One possession game theoretically. Westwood is able to get the ball very deep under the basket to number 5 though and score again, once again extending the lead. Inbound under the basket for Grace has been a little bit problematic. That one gets in easily enough. Ball goes to the top and restarts the offense. Westwood is back in a zone, no longer in the man. Ooh, quick hands by 00 is able to strip the ball away from Ruth. Contest over the ball leads to a jump ball possession going to Westwood. All right. Westwood's number 5 dribbles into trouble. Morgan's able to tie up the ball. Possession Cougars. Only about 10 seconds are going to remain once they cross half court. Lady Cougars are going to have to move fast if they want to get off one more shot. Instead, they have a couple careless passes which end up in a... Ooh, referees are undecided whether this is a turnover or staying. All right, communication between the refs does lead to probably the correct conclusion. This was last touch by the Cougars, so 3 seconds for the Westwood Cats to get off one. They don't. And we're going to end the first quarter 8-3. Westwood leading by 5. 2-possession game at the end of the first quarter. All right, Westwood ball starting the second quarter. Lady Cougars searching for an offensive identity still, not sure how to generate points. Able to move the ball around, able to play good, strong defense, just not able to capitalize with a score. Ooh, Westwood, number 5, does a quick post up and kick out to 24, leading to a 3-point shot that is good, extending their lead. Turnover from the Cougars going the other direction. Ruth is going to be called for reaching over the top of 00, who throws the ball at Ruth in frustration. Lucky to get away with that one without a referee noticing. Could have been a flagrant call on that one, but it goes unnoticed. Number 13 is smothered as she takes possession of the ball and takes steps. Turnover coming back the other direction. Cougars feed the ball into Ruth, looking to go into the post themselves. Number 5 is able to tie it up, though. It stays Cougar ball. Wide open Kara Overman with a shot, and it is good. Score is now 11-5. Still a low-scoring game, so still within reach, but Cougars are going to have to generate a couple more turnovers that lead to buckets on our end. That one rebounded by Kara. Cougars bringing up the ball. Ruth looked to set up a screen, but Ava did not elect to take it. Instead, goes the other direction. Morgan fires up a 3, but it is no good. Lots of changes of possession due to jump balls so far this game. Both teams looking to smother the ball whenever they get a chance to. Feed to the post, tipped away, almost taken away. Remains with Westwood, though, as they look to move the ball around again. Finally moving the ball to the left side. Westwood has seemed to be glued to the right side and the post for this whole game. Laney looks to drive into the lane on the transition, able to generate another foul on a layup opportunity. The layup was no good, but we are going to the free throw line for 2 shots. First shot, no good. The second one, no good as well. Foul on Laney Kay's shot, going to send her back to the line yet again. This is her third opportunity at the line, still looking to come away with points. Rattles around, no good. Second shot coming. That one is good. Score now 6-11. Still just a 2-possession game. Westwood looks to shoot a 3 and get all those points back and then some. Misses, but on the rebound, they are able to pass the ball to number 15, who gets a 2-pointer. Screen up top by Ruth. She is caught moving her feet as it's happening, though. It's going to be a moving screen violation going back the other direction. All right, ball is batted around. Number 15 from Westwood ends up losing her balance as she's fighting for the ball. It's going to be a travel violation. Cougar basketball, 5 minutes and some change going into the second quarter. Another violation on a screen, this time by Lainey Gay. Not sure if she was not set in time or if she had her leg too wide out, but called for a violation either way. Number 15 commits a second travel in a relative short time, turning the ball over again to the Cougars. Hopefully the Cougars can make something out of this trip to the floor. Morgan able to drive past her defender and dish off to Ruth, who's able to get a easy bucket from inside the paint. That was the first time that it looked effortless for the Cougars, really, other than one wide open shot by Kara. So hopefully they can repeat that going into the future. 0-0 for Westwood, tries to do a pump fake and dribble drive, ends up moving her feet before she puts the ball on the deck. It's going to be a turnover. Westwood has put in a few new players, including number 3, who's been their lead scorer in the post so far. Morgan able to take a shot. It was a pretty good shot, but it did not go in, rattled out. Rebound was a jump ball in possession as both girls had it. It's going to be going to Westwood. Wildcats look to move the ball around quickly up top and feed it down low. That one poked away again by Ava. Still unable to steal it. Oh, Ava is able to get a block on number 5, though. But the rest of the team left too early, leaving Ava on an island, and Westwood is able to score yet again. Ruth dribbling at the top of the key. Enticed a reach-in foul by, I believe it was number 12 for the Wildcats. It's going to be inbounded underneath the basket. That's 3 team fouls per team, so a couple more, and somebody's going to be going to the line. Aggressive defense in the corner leaves Laney with no room to operate. She ends up turning the ball over as she tries to get out of that corner. Some quick ball movement by Westwood. Number 5 for the Wildcats gets caught between wanting to shoot her shot and deciding too late to make it into a pump fake. Travel is the call, going back the other direction. Laney Gay, quick move to the baseline, able to get free, but she found herself a little bit behind the backboard. It was an angle that could have gone in, but it was a tough angle for sure. She's not able to do it as the ball does deflect off of the side of the board. Ball comes back the other direction for Westwood, and number 13 is able to get a point in the paint. Score is 17-8. Ever since the Wildcats were able to double up the score on the Cougars, it's kind of stayed in that same situation. Every Cougar score is matched by 2 scores from the Wildcats. 17-8 current score. Lots of turnovers in this game. Both sides, again, trying to rebuild their programs after the exit of a lot of seniors and valuable players. Morgan attempts to drive straight into traffic, ends up turning the ball over. Morgan putting some pressure on up top, but it is single pressure. Westwood again feeds it to number 3 under the bucket. Several shots attempted in a row, none of them good, leads to a rebound by Valley Faircloth. However, she is immediately double teamed. She's able to pass out of it, leading to the ball being tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Cougar possession. Morgan took a dribble before she picked up that ball and wasn't sure if the rest of the team even noticed that she needed help, but she did. Finally able to get it to Ava, who's able to get close to a free throw. I mean, not free throw, a layup, but she just could not complete it. Quick ball movement up the floor, catches the Cougars behind. Kara Overman has to try to chase that one and ends up fouling. Number 12 for the Wildcats on the line. First free throw for number 12 is no good. Second one rattles around softly, but just rolls out. No good as well. Ruth able to get the rebound and then fouled from behind. Both teams now have 4 fouls apiece. Free throws will be coming soon. Inbound to Valley Faircloth, leads to a forward pass to Ruth. Goes in for a layup, has it blocked. Westwood fans wanted that ball to be ruled as coming off of Ruth's leg after the block, but the referees saw it differently and gave the ball back to the Cougars. Pass in under the basket, though, is a little bit hard to handle, and the ball is turned over. Wildcats return the favor by passing forward to somebody who was not ready for it. Cougars are able to come down and immediately force the ball into Ruth. She tries to turn on the basket. Ball is blocked again. No foul called. Shot by Kara, no good. Ball controlled by Westwood. Ooh, tough pass to handle. Really had to stretch for that save from number 5. Able to keep it from going to a backcourt violation. Ruth checking out of the game with 52 seconds left in the quarter. Be interesting to see how the defense matches up with 2 bigs on the floor for Westwood and no true big on the floor for the Cougars. Number 3 does not make her free throws, but the ball will stay in Westwood's possession off of a Cougar tip out of bounds. 25 drives in, gets blocked by Ava. That is her second block. But again, immediate ball pressure generates the turnover from a Cougar player who was not ready to dribble in pressure. Another shot by number 3, no good. Cougar rebound. Foul does take us over the limit, so free throws will be coming to Ava. A chance to chip into the lead just a little bit by hitting a couple free throws with 39 seconds left on the clock. First shot, though, is no good. Second shot does fall in. Score now 17-9. Enough time on the clock for 2 possessions. Cougars can get the ball back either by playing good defense or by forcing a shot and then getting a rebound back, or by forcing a long cross-court pass that is fumbled out of bounds by either 24 or 25. Not sure which one that went off of. Ball coming back as Morgan brings it up the floor with 19 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to work the ball around. Unclear whether the Cougars are going to try to go quick or hold for the final possession. Ava looked like she was making a move to drive up the baseline. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Now with only 11 seconds left on the clock, Cougars are going to have to start thinking about how to get a quick couple of passes leading into a shot. Kara declined the shot with about 5 seconds left and tried to pass it into Ava instead. Goes to a turnover, but neither team is able to score at the end of that quarter. Okay. All right, well, before I take a break and put down the mic for halftime of the girls' game, we are 17-9. Westwood Wildcat girls are leading our Lady Cougars. Right now, there does not appear to be any true dominant scorers, with nobody having more than what appears to be a couple of baskets based on my very, very unofficial statistics. Lady Cougars would be in this game if they could begin to hit their free throws alone. So hopefully we can turn this around in the second half. I'll be back in just a few minutes when the third quarter begins. number 5 for Westwood, able to barely keep her balance. Number 3, not so lucky though. Ends up falling backwards with the ball. Gonna be a turnover on a travel. I did the math during the break. Lady Cougars did have 9 missed free throws, meaning that they would be winning by 1 had they hit their free throws. It's going to need to be a focus in the future going forward. Right now, they are perfectly within the scope of possibility here as far as pulling this back and winning it. They are going to have to begin to generate some offense here. Morgan looking to do that by stealing the ball, ends up tipping it, but Westwood maintains possession. Westwood looking to get that ball into number 3 again. Westwood possession out of bounds. Okay. Good pressure by the Cougars. Or good answer to the pressure by the Cougars. Able to maintain possession, but again, another shot. This one is blocked. Trip down the floor for Westwood. You're going to lead to Kara Overman. Crossing arms with the shooter. Number 12 going back to the line for the Wildcats. All right, first shot for Westwood is good. Second one good as well. Cougars have some errant passes, ending up turning the ball over. Westwood in possession yet again. Shot no good for Westwood. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be Cougar ball. Wildcats appear to be back in a man defense. Ladrius Kavi with a turnover, coming back the other direction now. Ball tipped out of bounds, going to be staying with Westwood here at this end. Ooh, dangerous pass by Westwood. Lucky to save that one. Able to get a shot off. Bricks no good. Follow-up shot also no good. Strong offensive rebounding for Westwood, leading to another Kara Overman foul. More free throws coming for number 12. First shot unsuccessful. Second one coming. Free throw no good. Offensive rebounds continue until number 13 is able to get a putback. Morgan controlling the dribble, seems to have no place to go. Ball movement by the Cougars leading to a wide open 3 by Laney at the top, but it airballs and will result in a turnover and no points again for the Cougars. Turnover by Westwood. And ball is turned back over by the Cougars on the inbound. Elijah subbed out, Ruth subbed in. Overthrown pass by Westwood leads to a Lainey Gay trip down the floor. She tries to make the decision of pulling up short and shooting the jumper rather than attacking the basket. The decision ultimately does not result in points. Westwood ball coming back the other direction. Westwood makes the right decision to try and get to the low block against the 1-3-1 defense. However, they poorly execute it, leading to a turnover. Offensive foul, though, on Ruth down at our end is going to end up giving the ball back to the Wildcats. That was a quick 5 fouls this game for Ruth Yarborough. She has seen her last minutes on the floor. Valley Faircloth is subbing in to replace her. Westwood going very high tempo. A couple of quick shots, neither of them good. Rebound by Ava. Ball is poked out by number 5 from Westwood. She was the last one to touch it, though, so it will remain our ball. Timeout, Cougars. All right, play about to resume from the timeout. Cougars inbound. There was an opportunity to be had there. It looked like Westwood was somewhat confused by the fact that we didn't have another big on the floor. We had a free guard there. Nobody was guarding Valley. She tried to push the ball up the floor. Ended up being for naught. Westwood comes down and scores again. Three Cougars ending up in the corner, all within about 4 feet of each other. Spacing issue on that one. Looked like two people had the same idea to cut to the same location near the dribbler. Ended up in a crowd. Lucky to maintain possession of that one. Laney fires up a 2. This one was kind of a running shot on the baseline. No good, but we do maintain possession. Valley drives into the lane, getting a foul call on the much taller opponent, number 3 for Westwood. happened on the floor, so it is going to have to be inbounded. No shots. Westwood continues to swarm the ball, that time with a triple team on Ava once she touched it. Some better spacing and some quick passes would really help the Lady Cougars to break out of the stranglehold that the Westwood Wildcats are putting on them. That time, inbounding to the opposite low block to Morgan, draws a foul call. Going to be shooting 2 free throws. Second free throw was good after the first one missed. Score is now 23-10, Lady Cougars trailing. Tip blocked by Ava, leading to a lead out pass. Lainey Gay was going a little bit too fast to lay that one in, couldn't get the soft touch. Offensive rebounding, though, does come to another shot attempt. This one by Valley just misses as well. Travel again by 00, shuffling her feet in the lane. Cougar ball coming back. Really high, lofty pass. Surprised that wasn't picked off. Laney is able to blow by her opponent, leaving 15 from Westwood with no alternative but to try and wrap her up from behind. This is going to be the 5th foul for them, though, so even though it wasn't shooting, it is going to result in 2 free throws. Lainey Gay has been struggling from the free throw line today, but 2 more opportunities to get it right and get us some points on the board. First one is nothing but net. Second free throw falls as well. Looks like maybe enough time has passed for the nerves to start burning off and for shots to begin falling. Westwood has several tall girls on the floor at one time, making it very difficult for the Cougars to get a rebound. They are in the mix, but simply unable to corral it right now. Missed shot falls right into the waiting hands of Kara, who begins to dribble up the floor. Wide open Ava there. Little too wide open, misses the shot. It is rebounded by Morgan on the other side of the goal, who's able to get a foul from behind there. This time the 2 free throws are going to come from a foul on a shot. First shot from Morgan goes in. Beginning to really enjoy the Westwood cheerleaders chanting "Miss It." That seems to be the only time we make it, so hopefully they'll continue. Second one good as well. Ooh, errant pass really should have been picked off by the Cougars, but it didn't look like anybody was really ready for that opportunity. 25 able to quickly drive in. Valley caught over pursuing. Leads to a foul under the basket. It's going to be 2 free throws coming for number 25. Both free throws are missed. Put back shot, though, is good off of an offensive rebound again. Quick turnover by the Cougars. Again, passing to somebody who wasn't quite ready for the ball. Similar turnover, 2 possessions in a row there. We could really use a confident ball handler on the floor right now for the Lady Cougars. All of these recent turnovers seem to just be caused by unsure ball handlers trying to pass the ball when nobody's ready to receive it. Valley Fairclough once again using her speed and lack of height to her advantage, getting into places to receive the ball and fire up a shot, drawing more contact once again on the free throw line. Another free throw made. Second one she leaves short, but we got a violation. Somebody for Westwood moved too early. Going to be giving one more attempt back to Valley. She missed that free throw, but she has an opportunity to get it back anyway. Overshot that one, stays a miss. That was a pretty clear travel violation by 00 as she shuffled her feet not once but twice. Not called. She does miss, leads to the ball coming down our direction. Pass to the corner is deflected out, but it remains Cougar ball. Number 3 able to take it away, but she cannot control her own dribble as it's poked at. Cougars are able to force up a final shot before the end of the quarter, but it does not go in. Going into the fourth quarter, there is a 10-point gap with the Wildcats of Westwood leading 25-15. Immediate foul called. Going to be our ball under the basket. Inbound ends up in a tie ball situation. Going to be Wildcat ball. All right, change of possession. Cougars bringing the ball back down. Pass was a little high and behind Valley as she was cutting through the paint going towards the high post area. Turnover brought back the other way by the Wildcats. Wildcats content to pass the ball very high above the key first few times there. They're in no hurry to score. They are up by 10 going into this quarter. Cougars did have Laney Gay down at the other end waiting for a pass, but would have been a very difficult pass for Valley to make. Quick shot from the short corner for Kara Overman. No good. Lady Cougars out rebounded. Number 3 getting possession before passing it away to a dribbler. Cougars lucky to get away with that one. They did leave a Westwood player wide open on the opposite low block, but the pass was deflected out before it had an opportunity to do any damage. Travel on Westwood's part, going to give the ball back to the Lady Cougars. 6.5 minutes left, still a 10-point deficit. Right now, it feels a little out of reach, but a couple of unanswered buckets going our direction would quickly change that feeling. Just need to generate some kind of offense from somebody. Jump ball again. This time it is going to be coming the Cougar direction. Double screen from Morgan. Unfortunately, it doesn't go anywhere, but it does generate the next step of the offense. Once again, a little bit crowded in the corner. Able to pass it out of there, though, this time. Laney cutting to the basket, goes completely free. Looks like she took some contact on that layup, but there was no call made. Ava's able to get the ball again on the other side, though, and she does generate the foul call. Going to be shooting a couple of free throws. This would be a good time to take 2 points off of the lead with the clock stopped. Exactly what you need when you're playing from behind in this situation. Couple shots good from the line for Ava, cutting into the lead ever so slightly. Westwood looking to transition the ball up the floor very quickly, does so successfully, but again meets resistance underneath the basket, unable to get the shot they were looking for. Number 3 backing down the post as she has all game. Misses the shot, though. Leads to a transition opportunity for the Cougars. Layup's no good. Ava attempts a follow-up and is blocked from behind. The block was clean, so it'll be our ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Ooh. Laney takes a shot as 25 from Westwood is running to catch up to her. And that puts Westwood at 4 fouls, 1 more of those, and we will be having shots on every foul after that for the quarter. Cougars have not gone very deep into the rotation this game, with Ruth being fouled out and not a lot of bench play. Multiple times Lady Cougars have been seen gasping for wind when the play is moving too quickly for them. Walking away untouched by that first free throw as 24 misses off the front of the rim. Second one was much more confidently taken and goes in. Good defense on behalf of number 25 for the Westwood. Bout had the turnover, but then she ended up losing it out of bounds, so it will stay Cougar ball, thankfully. Again, not having a confident ball handler to start the offense off gets us. It's a quick turnover. Ball comes up the other end where Valley Faircloth gets a clean block, but after the block, the ball does go to another Westwood player who is then fouled. Miscommunication on personnel assignments there leaves a Westwood player wide open for the shot. It is no good, though. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Cougars, going to remain down at this end. Inbound straight to the chest of Morgan. She dropped it, but she dropped it right into the waiting hands of Lainey Gay, who pushes it up the floor. A couple quick passes leads to a three-point attempt by Valley, but she was running into that shot as she caught it. Looked like she might never have fully stopped her momentum as she overshot pretty significantly. She was laughing at the end of it, though, so she knows that she let that one go way too strong. Morgan bringing the ball up. Quick ball movement, gets the ball into the paint to Valley Faircloth. Unable to get a clean shot away, though. She is able to poke the ball away from the dribbler. All right, it did appear that Valley was fouled under the basket, but that foul was apparently after Morgan had tried to hold on to the defender to prevent them from getting into position. So it is a turnover on us. Thanked with the turnover going back the other direction. Lainey Gay is blocked from behind. Gets plenty of contact, though, to draw the foul call. She'll be walking to the line for two more. Once again, Lainey is able to make the free throw attempt, much to the chagrin of Westwood cheerleaders. Oh, they are switching up their tact and going to a different cheer. Hopefully that doesn't affect Lainey. And it did, off the front iron. Hopefully on future free throws, Wildcats will go back to their original chant. Chaotic possession, but it is going to be Wildcats bringing the ball up. Still trying to force it into the post, even without their main post players down there. Number 25 ends up tripping over her own feet, causing a traveling violation. Quick ball movement from the high post. Ava able to assist Lainey Gay on a 2-point bucket. Now a 9-point game. The lead has been chipped into ever so slightly. Looks like Westwood is going to throw the ball away. Low pass that just kind of sailed through a crowd of people. Ends up going out of bounds on the other end, straight into the hands of Westwood's coach, who is understandably irate at that pass. A 9-point game is technically only a 3-possession game. However, with the struggle to score for the Lady Cougars this contest, it feels a little bit further away than that. But with 2 minutes, a comeback attempt has plenty of time to prove successful. Hopefully this timeout will allow some of the girls to get their breath back, because they're going to need it to make a strong push towards the finish of this game. It'll be interesting to see if Westwood sticks with a man throughout this time, looking to generate pressure without leaving anybody open. Oftentimes, full court traps inevitably lead somebody open. So going with full court man-to-man might be the better option if you want to avoid that. Man pressure is successful at generating a turnover. Westwood has the ball. Every second that ticks off the clock hurts the Cougars. They need to make those moments count. Number 12 for Westwood dribbles way too deep into the corner, but is able to get an easy pass underneath to the post position. Shot no good, ball batted around, ultimately stays with Westwood. Another attempt by 13 this time is good. Now an 11-point gap to overcome in only a minute 13 to do it. Strong hands on behalf of Westwood Center, multiple times looking to steal it away from the Cougars. Very nearly successful, does cause a tie ball situation. Remains with the Cougars, thankfully, going to get another shot at it. Kara Overman left open as a Westwood player fell down, unable to make the shot. Missed attempt by Valley under the basket, right into the hands of Ava, finally getting a foul call. 48 seconds left on the clock, though. It does feel like the game is slipping away as time ticks by. Gonna need both of these free throws followed by some quick full court pressure of some variety. First shot goes in for Ava. Second shot falls as well. Time to see what the Cougars are going to do. Pressure only looked half set. Not even sure what formation they were in there. Westwood is able to quickly advance the ball. Goes out of bounds on the Cougars. Goes out of bounds on the Cougars again. Cougars are fighting for the possessions, trying to get him ball back. Finally able to do so. Ball ends up in the hands of Ava with 30 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of time to do anything with. Must move the ball up quickly and find a quick shot. They do exactly that. Ball taps all sides of the rim before deciding not to fall for Laney on that one. Westwood has possession once again. 15 for Westwood is blindly dribbling against her opponent. Misses, leading to a rebound by Kira, which is tied up. It is going to be Cougar ball, but there's only 4.6 seconds remaining. Still a good opportunity to practice getting a last shot in. Need to move the ball quickly up the floor for Morgan. Unable to get within range before the time could expire. And that is the end of the girls varsity matchup between Westwood Wildcats and your Lady Cougars. It does end 31-22 in the favor of the Wildcats. Everything. I think I'm only going to be able to keep up with makes and misses by our girls All right, welcome to the second varsity game of the night. Boys contest between Grace Christian Academy Cougars and Westwood Wildcats. Very similar to what I said leading into the girls game. If you look at records to try and gauge where these two teams should fall competitively, they have almost identical records against common opponents. Grace has had a couple of games that they let get completely out of hand, where the loss was more significant than it was for Westwood. But with a almost matching record, you have to think that this is whoever has the better night will walk away with the victory. Starting off physical as a tie ball is called. Going to remain Cougar possession down here. Ball inbounded. Luke takes a quick three-pointer. He was a little bit off balance, decided to take it without setting his feet. Couple of putbacks later, though, it does fall in for Tadero. Ball tipped around, lands in the hands of Tadero. True to his form, he uses his speed to get out ahead of everybody, drawing contact from behind, though, as he goes for the layup. Layup opportunity was missed, but he will be taking 2 shots from the free throw line to make up for it. First one is good. Second one misses short. You kind of feel like he knew it because he stepped into the lane as quickly as he could, trying to get his own rebound. Westwood manages to corral the ball anyway, though. Down at this end, looks like the Cougars are in a 2-3 kind of basic defense. Generates a turnover out of a 2-3, though, as Banks takes it away. This time, Luke elects to drive into the basket and elevate. Much more high percentage shot for him. It is good. Cougars out to a quick 5-0 lead. Again, I would not read too much into that too early, just due to their similar records. Banks able to walk away with another steal, though. I am not going to argue with the way this game has begun. Looks like Luke was looking for a little contact on that, but he did throw the ball out of bounds. Trying to get it to Darrell, just not making it there. Turnover for us, coming back the other direction. 2-3 defense with Jacob in the middle. From that middle spot, he's been able to get his hand on 2 turnovers, make that 3. Quick hands in the center of the defense, making all the difference. He takes the ball all the way down himself, coast to coast, able to draw a strong foul underneath the basket. He didn't have a chance to get the shot fully completed, but he'll be getting 2 free throws. First free throw is good. Second free throw good as well. Very confidently shot. No hesitation, no doubt. Just confident shooting at the line there. Gets 2 points for the Cougars. Foul by the Cougars on a driving Westwood player. Impressed so far with how active the Cougars are being on defense. There have been times throughout Cougar history where we've been slow to start. It does not appear to be the problem tonight, though. Westwood is able to make one of the free throws. Almost generate a turnover as they immediately go into a pressure. Press was broken briefly, but a blocked shot coming down the other way leads to a shot attempt no good. Put back also no good. Rebound Banks again. Trap in the corner there, probably a bad place to have it tonight. Westwood does like to put on pressure whenever you get yourself in a vulnerable position like that. Ooh, Tadero looked to feed it down low. Ball tipped away and taken away. Fouled on our end is going to send, looks like number 23 to the basket. First shot, no good for 23. Second one, no good as well. Foul on a quick offensive rebound. I'm going to send 32 to the line now. No good. Good ball movement. Gives Banks a nice shot there at the three-point line. Unable to complete. Westwood coming down quickly with numbers. Number 5 drives right into the outstretched arms of Jacob, who did a good job of just holding his position, arms straight in the air. No foul call. Missed opportunity on a layup down at one end. Successful opportunity down at the other end. Cougars have cooled ever so slightly, and Westwood has woken up to the challenge before them. The score is now 7-5 with the Cougars leading. Pressure by Westwood. Successfully navigated, although it was a little bit scary there for a moment. Open shot, Henry missed again. Cougars take a couple of shots, settling for threes before finally getting up a two-pointer. Two-pointer by Henry is good. Scored 9-5. Cougars maintaining a couple of possession lead there. 32 looked like he was wide open under the basket. Fouled on the shot, unable to complete it. We'll get a couple of chances from the free throw line. Makes the first one. All right, ball out of bounds off of Westwood underneath the basket after the missed free throw. Westwood immediately sets up pressure. Looks like they're in a 2-2-1. Cougars quickly get past it. Sidestepping three-pointer by Matthew. Good three-point shooter, but that one was moving sideways from the start. Probably not the ideal attempt. Transition point for Westwood coming back the other direction. Ball tipped away, lucky to land back in the hands of a Cougar player. It was Henry who fired up a turnaround jumper. No good off the front iron there. off the iron. Number 23 from Westwood makes them pay for that mistake and seizes the lead, first lead change of the game. Luke subbing out and leaving the floor. Looks like he's going to be headed to the restroom. Might have some blood on him. Lilo subbing in for the first time this year. He's been injured to begin this whole season. Finally deemed eligible to play. Looking to make his mark. Matthew attempted to save the ball, but ultimately his foot was on the line before he could sling that one back inbounds. Going to be a turnover going back to Westwood. Westwood has a game plan that appears to be overloading whatever side number 32 is on. Noah Sherman seems to be their intended target on a lot of plays. If it comes to a half-court set, it does seem to be intended for the post. Cougars are doing about as good a job as they can in a zone to head that off. But when you overload a zone, there's only so much that you can do. '23 aggressively went for a steal on behalf of Westwood. Almost got it, but got called for the foul instead. It's going to send Matthew to the line for 2 free throws, since it does put Westwood over the limit with a minute 12 left in the quarter to go. First one left short by Matthew. Second one goes in, nothing but net. Cougars sticking with the 2-3. This time electing not to go into number 32, but enough focus was on him to allow another player to cut to the basket. Number 5 scores his first points. First shot by Lilo, no good from 3. Couple of quick baskets have number 5 fired up. Miscommunication between 2 Cougar players there against the pressure, causing another quick turnover as Westwood begins to stretch their own lead. Ball worked into 32, takes the shot at the buzzer, fouled from behind by Jacob. Going to be a couple of free throws with no seconds left on the clock. .32's free throw is good. Second one good as well. first quarter was a tale of two cities there. We had two different runs. The early run by the Cougars, followed by a longer run by the Wildcats, sees the Westwood Wildcats going into the second quarter ahead 21-10. Cougars unable to score there for far too long. Going to need to make a much better showing of the first couple minutes within this second quarter. Based on my extremely rough statistics that I'm trying to keep up with here in the box, it looked like Westwood went on at least an 8-point run there at the end, which explains the 21-10 score, at least partially. Number 5 from Westwood is very fired up, getting a little bit chippy, having a conversation with the students underneath the basket there after drawing that foul. As long as he's able to control that energy, that'll serve him well, but would not be surprised to see a tech coming either from him or from whoever's guarding him in the near future. Free throw is good for number 5, extending that to a 10-0 run. Jacob airballs a 3 in response. It was relatively unchallenged. He probably had more time to wait and set his feet on that one. 23 answers with a made three-pointer down on this end. Cougars trying to work the ball up against that 2-2-1 pressure. Once again, able to do so. Ball into the middle of the lane for Luke. Misses, almost able to get his own rebound, but called for a hold violation as he grabbed the arm of the Westwood player who did seize control of the ball. Missed opportunity by number 5, trying to get fancy with a reverse. Doesn't go. Westwood rebounds and immediately draws a foul. Cougars already got 3 within the first minute of this quarter. Stunt move on the dribble went nowhere, resulting in a blocked shot and quick advancement of the ball by the Cougars. Ultimately tipped away by Westwood, leading to an inbounds play. 3-point opportunity by Luke just rims out. That one he was set on. It looked like a good shot, just simply didn't fall. Wide open player on behalf of Westwood bricks his own 3, giving a long rebound back to the Cougars. Change of possession followed by a timeout on the Cougars side. All right, play getting set to resume after that timeout. It is Cougar ball. Westwood appearing to be set in a 1-2-2, possibly 3-2 defense, depending on how high they play it. Luke looked to drive to the basket. 23 reached from behind, drawing another foul. He's got a couple already. Both of them have been on aggressive attempts to steal the ball. Matthew fired a shot that was contested from the corner. No good. Rebound by Luke. Ball getting ready to go up the other side. Ooh. Luke fell to the ground. Looks like it was a little bit of a block on the body. Looked to be just completely accidental. Aggressive play on behalf of the defender led to some contact. Luke whistled for moving before the ball had been let go on that dribble. So the step-in shot negated by the whistle. Cougars look to be answering with their own 3-2 defensive set. Ball movement gets into the middle of it, which is the weak spot on that particular zone. But challenged shot is no good for Westwood. Ball comes back down in possession of the Cougars. Jacob able to take what was a fairly calm, if not long distance three. A lot of energy expended down at this end. Ultimately comes to nothing, but a quick turnover by Westwood gives us another bite at the apple. Tipped pass going the other direction. Calum left to challenge a much larger opponent all by himself. Unable to block the shot. Fortunate not to get a foul call. He did play it safe there once he was in the air. Ball maintains in possession of Westwood. My fault. Cougar ball. Once again, the 2-2-1 pressure being applied by Westwood. Almost broken. Looked like Houston's pass had a little too much heat considering how close he and Luke were together. 3-2 zone for the Cougars. Missed shot by Westwood. Ball batted around. Another missed shot by Westwood. Leads to an opportunity for the Cougars to come back down and score. Lots of hands all over the place for both teams. Ball being tipped around quite a lot. Very chaotic game. Chaos in this case favored Westwood as it is now their ball again. Westwood able to work the ball into the high post, once again in the middle of that 3-2 zone. Unable to do anything with it, but they maintain possession. Drive into the paint, collapses the defense. Once the defense was collapsed, a quick kick out to number 5 gains Westwood another three-pointer. Three-pointer attempt by Banks, no good. Ball is on the floor. Westwood is the only one to be able to dive on it, though. Jump ball called. Arrow stays with the Cougars. Going to get another opportunity. Foul call as Luke continues to fight underneath the basket, trying to get something closer into the hoop. Was not on a shot, though, so gave us the ball back, squandered away on another missed three, another missed deep shot. Matthew trying to make sure that the intensity is felt on both sides, going for a steal, getting a foul call. I don't expect that to slow him down, though. Nor should it. He's got quick hands and a quick mind. I'm sure he'll get a steal pretty soon. Drive on behalf of Westwood, able to get behind the 3-2 zone defense along the baseline and score a layup. Pressure results in a foul call on number 12 of Westwood as he attempted to cut off the sideline and ended up with a blocking foul instead. Substitutions bring in a couple of fresh players for Westwood. Travel called on Banks. Couldn't make up his mind on where he wanted to go with the ball. Couldn't tell if it was a step or just a dragged pivot foot there, but referee saw it. Ball ends up on the floor for Westwood at the feet of Tanner, who grabs it and starts the offense by getting the ball out to Jacob, moving down the path. Jacob gets blocked on his way through the lane, leading to the ball coming quickly down the other end. Tadero was the only one attempting to chase the play, and he couldn't get the blocked shot, so it was a fairly easy bucket for Westwood. Ball movement leads to an awkward shot by Banks from deep. Miss pass in the hands of Matthew. He did indeed get the steal he was looking for. Fancy footwork, draws a foul, able to get to the free throw line. Matthew able to make that first one. Good on the second one as well. Cougars having a hard time finding any points. Those two free throws are the first points we've gotten in quite some time. .32 once again making his way to the line on behalf of the Wildcats, though. He has been a fairly consistent free throw shooter so far tonight. Looking to add to his totals. He does with the first one. Second one is a miss, though. Ball coming back down in the hands of Tadero, looking to push tempo. Gets the ball in the corner to Henry. Trap happened. Henry got it out of there. Gets it in the hands of Luke. Turning shot. No good. Tadero follows it up, though, with a make. Pass inside to 32. Looked like he was either going to score or draw contact, but instead ends up traveling the ball. Westwood's pressure is consistent and predictable. A little too aggressive there on behalf of number 3. Came charging in for his steal, charged straight through Matthew. That's going to be free throws at the other end, though, due to both teams having 5 with a minute left to go in the quarter. Free throws all the way until the quarter is over. Matthew good on the first. Good on the second one as well. Cougars content to meet the Westwood players as they come up to half court, unwilling to stretch into a full court press of any kind. Are able to generate turnovers, though, out of that half court. This one leads to a three-point attempt by Luke. This time the shot is good. With 35 seconds left, they'll get at least one more, if not a couple more opportunities if they keep the pressure on defense up. They do. A steal straight into the hands of Luke. He's going to push the tempo, loses control of the dribble. Not deemed to carry due to the fact that he had clearly lost the ball. Rotation goes to Henry, and another made three-pointer. It is finally beginning to fall for the Cougars. Not enough to claw back all the way, but certainly makes a dent in the deficit they had going. Missed three-pointer by number 15 of Westwood right before the buzzer is going to seal it for this half. Cougars go into the locker room down 36-22. Need to recover 14 points between the third and fourth quarter. Be stepping away and rejoining you on the mic once again when the halftime is over. All right, referees are retaking their position now. Play about to resume. Third quarter beginning. Again, the score is 36-22 with Westwood in the lead. Shot from the low block, good for Westwood. Quick ball movement against the pressure by the Cougars. Able to get a close-up shot, but everything is contested. This time the contested shot results in a foul. Banks able to score and going to be making a trip to the line. .32 scores another bucket down low for Westwood. Quick ball movement, able to skirt around the pressure. Ball just rattles straight out though for Tadero off of the layup attempt. Henry looked like he was caught in a moment where he wanted to pull the charge and then thought better of it at the last minute and turned his back to the play. You do that, you're automatically going to get the blocking call. You're not set. He does look to have taken that one pretty hard anyway. He would have been better off just taking the charge and letting it happen. Long rebound, Banks able to recover. But again, every single possession is a fight right now. The Cougars going to have to get control over the ball and be able to move quickly and confidently. Luke does exactly that as he spins his way towards the basket for 2 points. Quick hands by the Cougars, pokes away the ball, got a chance to run. Jacob decides to keep it rather than risk a dangerous pass ahead. Ends up being the correct decision as he's able to get the angle on his defender and draw a foul. Going to be making a trip to the free throw line. Opportunity for 2 points here. First one is confident and successful, just like his earlier attempts. Second shot rims out. Still standing with a pretty good free throw percentage though for the night. Ooh. Risky trap up top, leaves a wing shooter wide open. Shot is missed, but 32 down low being quite a disruptive force for Westwood, able to collar that rebound and get a foul of his own on the putback attempt. Going to the free throw line for a couple. This one is good too. Bit of an unorthodox release on his free throw attempts. Doesn't look like he gets a whole lot of ball rotation on it, but he has got that free throw dialed in. Absolutely no hesitation, very few misses. Quick passes trying to go around the perimeter of the full court press. This time the ball goes out of bounds for the Cougars. Ball poked away from behind by Henry. Leads to another fast break layup attempt by Tadero. This one goes in smooth as silk. Referee stopped play, something coming from over in the student section. I do feel the need to point out that that student section is not actually our students. The overwhelming majority of those are Bainbridge High School kids. Somebody apparently said something that the ref did not feel was called for, though. Looked like that pass was intended for Jacob, but Banks ended up in the same spot at the same time, so nobody ended up with the shot. But Henry drives into the basket, unable to put it down. Gets multiple bites at the apple, can't get it to go. Transition opportunity for Westwood. 15 did a good job of using his body to shield his layup and scores. Henry, recipient of a forward pass down here, trying to beat pressure. They go in this direction. Able to score the layup and draw contact from behind. He took a pretty rough fall there. Looks to be fine, though. Between that fall and the almost charge he pulled, he's going to be feeling this in the morning. Gets it to go in. Westwood seems to be moving a little bit slower now. Can't tell if they're just trying to calm down and regain control, or if they've had a little bit of the fire taken out of them by this turn of events, as Cougars are putting up a fight once again. Still with a mighty deficit to try and get over. 23 able to kind of use that scooping motion to keep the ball just out of the reach of Darryl on the challenge, going in the lead to 2 shots for 23 from the free throw line. Very flat shot, does not even approach going in on that first attempt. Second attempt is much softer, much better, does go in. Looks like still the same press, 4 people trying to prevent the ball from making it up the floor. Once it does, though, it invites quick 3-point attempts from the corner, which is the only spot available to advance the ball. Cougars just can't seem to get enough of those to go in tonight to pull Westwood out of this press. You make a few of those, and Westwood has to decide whether or not they want to stay in the pressure. That time, we were able to get the ball going towards the basket. Didn't have to settle for a 3. 2 points converted. A couple of those will also make Westwood consider this pressure. So far tonight, though, Westwood hasn't had really anything to seriously think about, as the pressure has been largely successful. And even when it doesn't generate a turnover, it also doesn't give up points. Tipped ball remains in possession of the Cougars. Look a little bit lost on offense here. Matthew did a quick jab step with that right foot before moving. Looks like the ref felt that they traveled before the dribble was put into play. Poorly missed shot by number 5 does end in a kind of comical collapse to the floor as 2 Westwood players landed on top of each other in the boat rowing position, but everybody's able to laugh that one off and get back into play. Nobody hurt. Luke left open for a 3. Hesitates to let the defender run by, but unable to get the shot to follow. Westwood looking to push the pace going down the other direction. It was ill-advised as multiple Cougars were in the path. Strong rebounding by Westwood. Maintains possession a little bit longer before it is tossed out of bounds. Tadero looking to create. Gets a screen from Luke, able to dump the ball down into the hands of Tanner. Ball is blocked and ultimately ends up out of bounds. Cougars going to be inbounding. Quick corner 3 again. Again, no good. Banks gets the ball after it's been batted around a few times, and this time as he drives to the basket, he is fouled on his shot, going to be shooting a couple of free throws. Active hands and physical play is a good strategy by the defense to discourage anybody from driving in. But just giving the game the eyeball test, it seems like driving in is the much more successful option for the Cougars right now. They are getting to the free throw line and or they are getting buckets or getting offensive rebound opportunities at the very least. The three-point shot, especially the quick three-point shot, has had a couple of successes, but by and large has not been a strategy that needs to be employed. Post play from Luke or some kind of cutting to the basket without the ball, driving to the basket with the ball needs to be the name of the game going forward. Quick three on the inbound, misses. Banks able to apply kind of one-man pressure, gets the ball stopped, but the rest of the team is unable to generate the turnover once Banks causes the long pass. Strong post play by 23 is going to get him a chance to hit two from the free throw line. He was 50-50 on his last trip. Looks like that's going to be the best case scenario for him again this time. Misses the first one. I believe that's how it happened last time. See if he can get the second one. He does not. Cougars get away with that foul. Don't pay the price. No pressure off of the rebound since it wasn't a made basket, so Cougars get a rare opportunity to bring the ball up at their leisure. Ball is fed into the post. Good opportunity. Shot was challenged, but Tanner looked like he had a decent chance at making that one. Unfortunately, Cougars are going to walk away with no points and a foul given up on the melee following the basket. Cougars now have 5 fouls, which means that for the rest of this quarter, Westwood is going to be shooting free throws. There's 2 whole minutes left, so time could be a big factor with that many fouls already. Number 12 bricks his first one. I'm not sure it ever made it above the rim. The shot was so flat. Second one was much softer, had much better rotation, and did go in though. Once again, Westwood is set in their full court pressure. Matthew able to split the top 2 defenders, feed it to Luke, who's able to drive all the way to the basket for a layup. I would love to see that particular chain of events repeated against this pressure. Patient ball movement on behalf of Westwood, who realizes that they're ending the third quarter very much in control of the scoreboard. No need to rush. Patience pays off as they get a shot close to the basket. Strong offensive rebounding maintains possession. They seem to be speeding up right now. They don't need to with the reset of the shot clock. 32 once again able to draw contact on the low block, going to be going to the free throw line. Once again, he has been one of the more reliable free throw shooters for either team tonight. Chance for 2. Maybe a little fatigue setting in there as that first one was well short. Second one short as well. He is able to chase down a long rebound situation though, leading to more shot attempts close up to the basket. Ball is poked away, lands into Daryl's hands. He pushes the tempo up, gets the ball to Luke. Luke changed his mind about that shot too late, realizing the dribble was there as his player was already committed to blocking the shot, but unable to get the dribble going before he took his steps. Westwood back to patient ball movement at the top. At a score of 51-36, the Cougars are going to have no options other than full court pressure going throughout the entirety of the fourth quarter. They are able to successfully defend in the half-court set. They just can't afford to have that much time coming off the clock every trip down the floor for Westwood. Nor can they afford any more missed threes. It seems to be team-wide. Nobody is able to hit tonight. They need to score. They need the clock to stop moving. Free throws are the answer. Got to get to the basket. Got to force the other team to commit fouls. Got to get near the basket so that you can get the chance of at least having an offensive rebound. Turnover from the Cougars to start the fourth quarter, followed by an and one. Jacob committing the foul, protesting, feeling like he did nothing wrong, but end result is number 5 with 2 more points and a chance to add a third one from the free throw line. He does not. Good ball movement, goes through the lane. Using Tanner as a passer from the high post, seems like that would probably be a good idea. It effectively got the ball to an open shooter. The shot was simply missed. Jacob gets another quick foul. Appeared to be a case of trying to make something happen out of nothing. But trying that hard, you're either going to get the result you desire or you're going to get a foul called against you. Those are really the only 2 things that are going to happen in that moment. It did not go Jacob's way. Tadero able to drive to the basket, again taking some contact, going to be going to the free throw line. First shot a little bit strung by Tadero. Still got a second one coming. Second shot is perfect. .16 deficit with 7 minutes left on the clock. Cougars are staying in a half-court set. Wildcats are once again casually passing the ball around the top of the key, with Cougars unwilling to extend, knowing that if they expose the post, they'll pay the price. Confusion on behalf of the Cougars leads to a wide open shot. Doesn't fall, but the ball fell off of the rebound into the hands of a equally wide open Wildcat, who then drives to the basket, drawing contact. 23 going to be going to the free throw line yet again. Timeout following the free throw made by Westwood. If I had to bet, their conversation is going to be something of the nature of pass the ball around and stall, stall, stall. I wouldn't have my team starting their offense until only 10 seconds was left on the shot clock. Meanwhile, I would also keep the pressure up since it seems to be frustrating the Cougars so much. He might make a different decision on both sides of those, but Cougars hopefully are planning on some kind of pressure of their own in order to speed up the tempo. They might dig the hole deeper or they might climb out of it, but right now that is a gamble that they're going to have to take. And if not now, then very, very soon. Westwood fans calling for a backcourt violation on that one. Couldn't tell if the middleman was all the way over the line at half court or whether he had a foot on it. I wasn't paying that close of attention to where he was positioned. Fans might have had a point or maybe not sure. Westwood's able to get the ball down low. 32 going to be making another trip to the free throw line. He missed both of his last two short. I'm guessing fatigue. Let's see if that timeout a minute ago gave him enough time to rest. Did, but he overshot it, probably compensating for fatigue. So he is human. He does get tired eventually. He has already done significant damage, though. Cougars are going to have to make sure that he doesn't keep going back to that free throw line. He will hit them eventually. Another travel by a Cougar trying to move faster than he could dribble. Turnover again. Looks like Cougars have opted to go into a man in order to speed up the tempo a little bit. They are going to have to play it closer, switching. All right, looks like there was an errant shot clock violation. They're resetting the clock, going to be giving the ball back to Westwood on that one. Good shot block. Number 12 called for coming in from out of bounds and touching the ball. Stop me if you've heard this before, but 23 for Westwood gets a foul call on him for being too aggressive going for a steal. I certainly do not want the Westwood team to do any better than they're already doing, but as much damage as 23 has been able to inflict on the Cougars on offense, I wouldn't want him fouling, and he fouls it again. That is going to be 5. He is done for the night. 5.5 minutes left in the game. That probably was not his best decision, but it does favor the Cougars. Long pass is deflected. End result, Westwood's ball. 12 tries to use muscle to get close to the basket, but Luke is able to rise up and deny it. 12 ended up with the ball back again at the top, committing a travel. It's Cougar ball, but they don't seem in a hurry to inbound it. There we go. Now we're set. They do need to have their press break ready, as that is what's waiting for them. Tadero is able to single-handedly split the pressure, get the ball into the hands of Banks, who shoots probably the slowest, most controlled three-pointer for him of the night. That one was successful. At this point in the game, with the deficit as it stands, my earlier quotes about not wanting to shoot threes are kind of moot. You have to dig out of the hole and you have to do it quick. Three-pointers help with that. All I can hope for now is that the shots continue to fall like that one did for Banks. Good strong rebounding, draws a foul. One more will have the Cougars going to the line on any subsequent foul. Tanner almost created a backcourt situation. Instead, he just gave up the ball. Foul called on Tadero. Tadero felt that he had the ball cleanly. It did look like the hands were clean, but the referee pointed to his elbow, indicating that there was arm contact. The hand was not the problem, but the other part of the arm must have been in the eyes of the referee. Number 5 misses another free throw. The clock is stopped as long as we walk away without giving up any points. It's no harm, no foul, pun intended. And we do. Oh, unfortunately, though, in an attempt to get the ball out in a hurry, we cough it up and give it right back. Riley maintaining close pressure as everybody needs to going forward. Westwood's ability to shoot free throws has begun to slip going into the second half of the game. 12 is able to make that one after missing a couple earlier this half. Fouling might not be the worst option, though. It just depends on who we foul. Second one, no good. Once and again, speed kills, moving too fast, coughed up the ball that time. We're going to need to speed Westwood up. 5 is completely let go to the basket. That is not the way we want to speed up the game. Luke needs to drive this one as close to the basket as he can. Unfortunately, met somebody with a little bit of weight on him. Could not muscle him out of the way for that shot. Comes away empty-handed. Wildcats stretching out the defense before moving into the basket. Cougars walk away without giving up any points, are able to quickly progress up the floor. Henry shoots, unable to make it. The putback attempt by Tadero was wide open, but he was unable to complete it. Cougars seem to be a little bit disjointed right at the moment. Nobody picking up 5 after he lost his man. Man-to-man defense still requires you to play help defense in that situation. Instead, 5 will be shooting free throws. All right, pair of misses. But at this point, the Cougars are simply losing time, and they cannot afford it. Tadero takes that three-point shot. Westwood rebounders had position. Tanner tried to make a hustle play, gets a hustle foul instead. And that puts the Cougars over the limit for the quarter. So for the remaining 3 minutes, Westwood is going to be shooting a lot of free throws. .32 on the line, able to hit this free throw attempt. First one. We got a second one coming. Second one good as well. Cougars almost cough the ball up. High tempo. Luke decides to just own that one and go all the way to the basket by himself. It is successful. Tanner's got to step up on that one. Not sure where the foul was on that play. Toll's able to hit his first. And second. Pressure broken, 3 missed. Ball going back the other direction. Number 5 looking to attack, drawing the foul. Westwood ended the third quarter seemingly with a strategy to stall for time and prevent a Cougar comeback. No such effort has been made recently, though, with Westwood attacking quickly. Most of their attempts at the line here recently have led to them walking away empty-handed and not expending nearly enough time. If you can attack fast and score points, do it. Otherwise, their best option would be to stall. I am thankful for the opportunity, and so is Tanner as he comes down and makes a 2-pointer. This time, 5 is much slower dribbling the ball up. Immediately gets it 12, though, who attacks and misses. Ball falls before Tanner. Luke dribbling into traffic, avoiding the worst of the contact, getting the layup, and drawing still enough that he's going to get a chance to add a third one on it. Luke is good on that 1 of 1 there. Westwood coach with a 17-point lead and just over a minute and a half. Decides you don't get to take your timeouts into the afterlife with you, so he's going to use them all. Not really sure what he could be changing right now. We'll see after the timeout, though. Well, Westwood did not use that timeout in order to put in the deeper parts of the bench, sticking with the lineup that was out there. Cougars pick up a full court man-to-man. They do have some subs in of their own with Maddox and Joshua on the floor. Fresh legs, potentially thinking that will give them the advantage in a full court pressure situation. But the biggest fear for the Cougars has to be that ball ending up in the hands of the post player with the rest of the defense extended out, and that's exactly what happened. 32 going to the line again for a pair. Oh, excuse me. Nope, for 1. My fault. He doesn't make it. Ball comes to the Cougars, though, on the inbound. Westwood has pulled out of their pressure. And I think that generated a turnover faster than the pressure did. Man pressure is successful at speeding up the game. Does result in another bucket at the basket, though. Like I said earlier, it is a gamble that you have to take, but the gamble is not paying off. Maddox Cantley with the rebound. 30 seconds left in this game. Enough time for the Cougars to get one, maybe two final shots at the basket. Luke able to add to his personal totals. Not going to change the outcome of this game, though, as the deficit is still at 19. Final seconds ticking off. No fouls need to happen at this point. No shots need to happen at this point. Number 5, though, attempts to split the defense on his way to the basket. Walks out of bounds with the ball instead. The game should be over right now, but instead we got 6.5 seconds left on the clock, and Cougar possession one more time. Cougars are able to pass the ball up ahead against no defense. Banks adds to his total with another 2 points before time expires. And that'll wrap it up for this one. Heavy loss to the Cougars. This one is a region loss, as Westwood is now in our region in basketball. Cougars are now 1-1, I do believe, in region play. I don't know, I might have to check max stats on that one just to make sure. We do have another game on Friday, but it is away, so it'll be next week before we see you again. Thank you for joining us.